We are live. Hey, it's Coach Manny, and I'm excited to be here with you today. And I realize, let me just get balanced here. We're running a little crazy today. It's been one of those days where we've been out on the road all morning. We just got back, and now we're going to shoot this live show with you. So I want to tell you, sorry, I'm just plain excited to be here with you today. And today I want to talk about persistence, because when it comes to lead gen, we can't really go any deeper than that, because that is like persistence makes it happen. But before I get started today, I did want to share this interview with you. Let me put it out there in the comments. I was privileged to be a guest on Tom Antion's podcast, so I want to throw that link out there for you. Please check that out. The interview went really well, and we had a blast together. And Tom, of course, is like one of the greatest experts out there when it comes to internet and internet marketing and all those things. So I encourage you to listen to Tom's interview of me. So you have to be persistent. Persistence is what's going to make it happen for you in your lead gen process. That's just the way it happens. It's Coach Manny. As always, I'm excited to have you here on the program today. I'm excited that you're with us. This program, we're on every week at noon on Fridays, and we're here and we're educating you in ways to get business, to build your business, to grow, and to get more sales, because that's really what it's all about. We're brought to you by 90 Days to Your Success, my new process for helping you to build your business. I'm Coach Manny. I've been doing this for way too many years, perhaps, but not really. I'm still having a blast doing it, and as long as I have a blast doing it, we're going to continue to be here and to share with you. If you're having a struggle, whether it's strategy, whether it's execution, whether it's sales reps, whatever it is, if your sales are not where they need to be, that's what I help companies to do. That's what I've always helped companies to do. Whether you have a great customer base that you need to cross-sell, and you can grow your business a lot of times with a customer base 100% or more, or whether you have nothing and you need to prospect. What is it you're doing, or anywhere in between, really? So remember that, and let's get rocking and rolling. I'm going to share some facts on persistence with you. This is new. I haven't done a new piece on persistence in a while. If you've read my books and you've watched me for a while, you know how I'm really push persistence, because I think that it is the key. Forget everything else. If you want to build your leads, if you want to build your sales, what you need above all else is persistence. So I'll start, and I love to start with a quote really from Thomas Edison, because I love Edison. And this is actually a quote that came supposedly out of one of his first meetings with one of his partners, Ed Barnes, who wasn't even a partner at that point. But he said, "I learned from years of experience with men that when a man really desires a thing so deeply that he's willing to stake his entire future on a single spin of the wheel in order to get it, he is sure to win." When you are all in, you are sure to win. But how many of us can really say we're all in? There's so many distractions in life today. There's so much going on that for you to be all in requires a much greater persistence than it ever has in the past, or maybe than it ever will in the future, because people just don't become all in. They think they can create this great sales process. They think they can create this great business, and I'm just going to do it whenever I feel like it. It's not going to happen. You've got to put it all in. Sometimes you got to throw the stakes out there, and you got to be willing to make a mistake. You know, for those who caught my email this morning, I made a mistake, and you know, I didn't even realize it till Tom got back to me and he said, "Hey, that link's not working in there." I said, "What?" And I was like, kind of taken back. But the point was, I made a mistake. I messed the link up. They take you there. That's why I'm sharing it here and other places today. The point I want to share with you is we all make mistakes, but when we're all in, we're all in. Number 2. And this comes from Og Mandano. And, there's a little book, I forget what it's called, The Greatest Salesman in the World, I think. It's a little book, and it is like one of the most fired up pieces I've ever read, and I encourage you to read it. But his quote in there says, "I will call on 10 who can buy my goods, while the failure makes grand plans to call on 1. I will say it's done before the failure says it's too late." How many times I have seen salespeople talk about what they're gonna do, or how many times, or how many people they're gonna call, or how they gotta get ready. And I know some of you can relate to this because you've seen it in yourself, and I've been there myself, or you've seen it in a team. I'm gonna, but Og puts it real simply, and he says, by the time you think about all those people you're going to call and all those connections and what you're going to do, I already did 10 times that much, and you're still thinking about it. And when you're talking about, I'm going to do it someday, I already did it, and I already got business. So persistence is so critical to your success that if you want to increase your sales, if you want to grow your business, if you're in a nonprofit and you want to grow your donors, if you're in a church, you want to grow your members, it doesn't matter. Wherever you are, do it. Don't talk about it. Because the people who talk about it, they're still talking about it. And the doers, they're relaxing on a nice deserted island enjoying the sunshine. So persistence, right? That's what we're talking about today. Make sure you keep that persistence going, which goes right along with the third quote that I want to use today. And once in a while, I just like to do some quotes because there's so much good stuff out there. And when you relate it to what's really happening in life, you can put some great stuff together to share. And this one from R.U. Derby puts it like this: keep on keeping on, no matter how hard the going may be. A lesson I needed to learn before I could succeed in anything. And as a salesperson out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about, but maybe it's just as valid in other areas. But you know what I'm talking about. It gets so tough sometimes. We pick up the phone. I banged that phone. I made 50 calls this morning. I got nobody. I got nowhere. I called all these people and I sold nothing. I visited all these people. I keep going. That's what persistence is about. And that's what it means. You get shot down. You get knocked down. You get banged in the head. You get all that stuff. But when you're persistent, or if I go back to my first quote today from Thomas Edison, right? No matter how many times I get hit, I'm still rocking and I'm still rolling because I am going to be successful. That's just the way it is. What do you think? 90 days to success is the process we use, and there's a lot of persistence in that. But I just want to take a moment to tell you that if you're struggling in your business, in your life, and you're looking for help, let's break it down into 90 days. Let's see what we can do in the next 90 days to rocket your business and your life. That's what 90 Days to Success is about. But it's not just a course for you to study. It's 2 weekly trainings just like this. We do a Q&A where you get to send in your questions. We deal with your issues. We do that every week. We do an hour of training specifically for the 90-day process. And we hook you up with a partner in the 90-day process. That's what makes it work. So if you're looking for that, go to 90 Days to Your Success and just check it out and get on our process. In fact, I will put it out here. I think I will. Let me see if I can do this. 90 Days to Your Success. Make sure I got that right. 90 Days to Your Success.com. There we go. Now if it comes up with the right thing. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So I encourage you to check that out. And, you know, there are sponsors for today. Number 4, is it? You know, I'm just got my notes here, but number 4, persistence. Most failure is simply due to the fact that we take the line of least persistence. And that one comes from Norman Vincent Peale. Isn't it true? Aren't we always trying to find that line of least persistence, the easy way to get there? How can I make this happen without doing too much? I want to tell you, there's so much fluff out. And I was working with a client earlier today, and we were talking about, we're just so soft now. We need to tighten it up a little bit. When it comes to sales, you got to be tough. You got to be persistent, and you got to be rocking if you want to be successful. And you got to take that hard road. You know, just like in God's word, it tells us there's 2 paths out there, right? Here's the wide, easy path that most people go. And here's that tight path that all you successful people are going to go down. And in everything, that's how it works. So remember that, and don't take that easy path, that wide path, that way. You know, so much in life tries to teach you need to be like everybody else, right? You don't want to be like everybody else. You want to be different, and you want to generate leads and business and increase your sales. So go down that road of least persistence. Number 5. I don't know if I'm going to get through all these. How are we doing on time? We're okay. I keep going here. This one actually comes from Joyce Meyer, who I have a lot of great respect for. I love her teaching, and whether you like her or not, people who teach a very hard formula, you either love them or you don't. But she says it this way: refuse to settle for anything less than everything God has for you. Refuse to settle for anything less. How many times, just like I teach people, comfort is the enemy of success, isn't it? I'm content. No, you gotta keep rocking. You gotta keep rolling, and do all you're intended to do. You know what? Targeted lead generation is all about finding the right ways to generate business. And 90 Days to Your Success is all about how do I pack this together to be successful. So don't let anything stand in your way. Remember, it's a mental game. If you believe you're that good, and I know all you listening out there, you're that good. Don't settle for less than that. Go for it all, because you have it. You just have to go do it. Number 6. Another quote from the famous Napoleon Hill says, "No man's ever whipped until he quits in his own mind." Right along with my mental game that I was trying to teach you about here is, don't get whooped in your own mind. The tough road of prospecting. You know, I reinforce it all the time. I say 1 hour every day, day in, day out. I don't care if you got meetings, conferences, you're on the road. I don't care. Every day, 1 hour will whip everybody you're competing against. Because people say, I'm spending all day today prospecting. Well, the first couple hours you're good. The second couple hours you're medium. The last couple hours you're terrible. All right. Me, I spent 5 hours this week prospecting, 1 hour every day. And that's why my game is kicking booty. Isn't that right? So how else you going to kick butt? That's just the way it is. So you're not whipped until you let it whip you in your own mind. Don't let the tough road, the hard process, the stuff you got to go through to get there, stop you, because there's nothing like celebrating at the end, right? I was teaching about success yesterday to one of my clients, and the bottom line here is that success isn't about building this great business while everything else in your life crumbles. That's not success, is it? Success is about building a great business, a great family, a great faith. It's about having it all. And I love Grant Cardone, who, you know, I keep pushing him because he is just a wild man out there, but he does great teaching. And one of the things he says is, you got to be obsessed. You got to be obsessed with wanting it all. Because if I have a great business and I don't have a family and I don't have a personal life, what good is it? You got to have it all. All right, one more, and then I'm going to be quiet and let you guys and gals go on to the rest of your day, and we will see you next week again. This one actually is one that I put together from, have you heard the story of the frogs? It says simply, I shall whip the cream into butter and jump out of the jar, because nothing holds me back. I shall not resign or quit. You see, if you haven't heard the story, it's 2 frogs get thrown in a jar of heavy cream, and the first frog says, "There's no way I'm getting out of here," and he whines, just like those sales reps, right? You know, the ones that say, "Oh, this thing's never going to sell. We can't do this." Or maybe you're in an MLM and you hear people talk about, this stuff doesn't work, bang, bang. And he just floats to the bottom of the jar and he dies. The other frog says, "I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. I'm not quitting." And he starts going crazy in the jar. Pretty soon, the heavy cream turns into whipped cream, then it turns into butter. Then he jumps on top of the butter, jumps out of the jar, and goes on. That's what I want you to do. I want you to jump out of the jar and really kick your prospecting in this week, every day. And I want you to start jumping those leads to new levels of success. And if you're not into 90 Days to Success yet, get in. It's still early. We are going to rock with hundreds of members by the end of this year in a process that's going to help you really look at things 90 days at a time and hit tremendous success. Hey, it's always wonderful to be with you. I'm so excited you're here today. I want you to be persistent. I want you to remember those 7 things about persistence we shared today. I want you to be persistent in all your life. I want you to remember, when it comes to generating leads, persistence, consistency, everyday prospecting will make it happen for you. This is Coach Manny saying, check us out, CoachManny.com. It's all there. I'll see you next week. And, oh, just one quick, don't forget, we're on almost every day with a quick tip as well.